What if the most unlikely of allies, those who once saw each other as rivals, became the very ones who saved an entire galaxy? This scenario may sound like the stuff of science fiction, but when you take a closer look, it's not just a fantastical story, it's a fascinating glimpse into the true nature of trust. The galaxy we know, be it in stories, history, or our future aspirations, has always been a place where the strongest alliances are often forged from the most unexpected circumstances. When the fate of an entire civilization is at stake, even enemies must find ways to work together. In this video, we explore the deep foundations of trust, and how frenemies, those complex relationships between rivals, can hold the key to saving not just a single life, but entire galaxies. Trust is one of the most essential pillars upon which all societies are built. Without it, communication breaks down, cooperation is impossible, and progress is stunted. It's something that underpins every relationship, be it personal, professional, or on a grander scale, such as the intergalactic alliances we often see in the realm of science fiction. But what happens when trust isn't a given? What happens when people have to build trust out of sheer necessity, with no guarantee of success? This is where frenemies, individuals who may not necessarily like or even fully trust one another, become pivotal. In the universe of science fiction, we often see characters who are forced into alliances that defy logic. Think about the classic trope of rivals teaming up against a common enemy. Whether it's two former enemies setting aside their differences to face a greater threat, or two unlikely partners learning to trust one another while battling forces beyond their control, the concept of frenemies saving the galaxy is an enduring theme. These alliances are not just built on mutual benefit, but also on the fragile, often volatile, foundation of trust. Take the example of Star Wars. Han Solo and Chewbaca's friendship, though initially forged on the foundation of mutual survival, grows into a deep trust that transcends mere companionship. Their relationship exemplifies the transformation from reluctant allies to unwavering friends. Han Solo himself, a rogue with a past filled with deception and self-interest, ultimately demonstrates that trust can be built over time, despite their differences. Their dynamic is one of mutual respect, and it's this respect, built on shared experiences and survival, that allows them to face seemingly insurmountable odds together. This kind of transformation from rivals to allies is something we see repeatedly in science fiction because it taps into a fundamental truth about human nature. Trust is not just a matter of liking someone or even agreeing with them. It's about the shared commitment to a cause larger than oneself, the recognition that working together can achieve something greater than what could be accomplished alone. But trust also requires vulnerability. You can't trust someone without exposing a piece of yourself to them, and in many cases, that vulnerability can be terrifying. Historical examples provide us with real-life counterparts to these fictional alliances. One of the most famous is the partnership between Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt during World War II. Though they came from vastly different political backgrounds and had different visions for the post-war world, their alliance was essential in defeating the Axis powers. Their relationship was not without its tensions and disagreements, but their shared commitment to defeating a common enemy allowed them to work together in a way that seemed impossible at the start of the war. It was a calculated risk, but it paid off. Trust between two world leaders who had once been ideological rivals became the foundation upon which the victory of the Allies rested. The concept of frenemies building trust through necessity is not limited to grand historical moments. It plays out on much smaller scales in day-to-day life. Consider two people who initially view each other with suspicion or even disdain. Over time, through shared experiences and mutual respect, those individuals begin to build a relationship based on trust. Perhaps they realize that working together, despite their differences, helps them both achieve their goals. This dynamic is a powerful reflection of human adaptability and resilience. One fascinating real-world example of this is found in the world of scientific collaboration. Many groundbreaking discoveries have emerged from partnerships between researchers who may have initially had conflicting ideas or different approaches. The space race, for instance, saw the United States and the Soviet Union, two ideologically opposed nations, working together toward the common goal of space exploration. Though the Cold War era was filled with suspicion and distrust, the shared objective of reaching space led to unexpected collaborations, such as the Apollo-Soyuz test project. In 1972, American astronauts and Soviet cosmonauts met in orbit and shook hands, symbolizing the power of collaboration even in the face of geopolitical rivalry. The trust they built in those critical moments in space became a catalyst for future cooperation, setting the stage for the international space partnerships that continue to this day. As these examples show, trust, whether forged between frenemies in a galaxy far away or between historical rivals on Earth, is a force that can overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. It's not always about being the best of friends, but about understanding that sometimes, in order to survive or thrive, we must put aside our differences and work towards something bigger than ourselves. And in doing so, we find that the most unlikely alliances can often be the most effective, both in fiction and in reality. But what does this mean for the future of our own world and beyond? As we look toward the potential of intergalactic travel, the possibility of encountering alien civilizations, or the looming challenges of global crises, the need for trust, particularly between those who may not always see eye to eye, becomes more crucial than ever. The foundations of trust, once built between frenemies in stories and history, may soon become the very pillars on which the future of humanity rests. This is just the beginning of our exploration of trust and its incredible potential. Stay tuned, because next, we'll delve deeper into the complexities of these alliances and how they shape not only our future but also the way we understand collaboration across galaxies.